Om Narayana, with all the gratitudes to the Lord, the Shruti Mata and Guru Parampara for blessing us, providing us with this opportunity of the sacred, divine, most sadhanas with our due respect, reverence to these our daily sadhanas, namely Upanishad Adhyanam, preceded by our Shanti Mantras, Mangalacharana Shlokas, Sankalpa, followed by the Vedic Mantra Ucharana, Dhyana Purvaka Mantram, and our common sense thought. Let us begin our day, our sadhanas. Let there be the utmost respect, reverence to these great sadhanas which we are doing as instructed by the divine for our evolution. Om 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 Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhetamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsha Rishibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyaha Om Yerime Guruvih Purvam Padavakya Pramanataha Vyakhyataha Sarva Vedantaha Tan Nityam Pranatosmyaham Om Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Om Nidhaye Sarva Vidyanam Vishaje Bhavaroginam Gurave Sarva Lokanam Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Om Vyasaya Vishnurupaya Vyasarupaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahmanidhaye Vasishtaya Namo Namaha Om Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram Lokashankaram Om Viditanamaya Vishadaika Kala Nacha Kinchana Kanchanamasti Guru Drutameva Videhi Krupam Sahajam भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम् ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्तब्रह्मविद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः श्री छान्दोग्योपनिषदः आचार्येभ्यो नमः संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपा अनुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्षकैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणेतिहाससन्तवाङ्मयोक्त साध्य साधनानुभव सिद्ध्यर्थं तत्रोक्त ऋषिमुनिगुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रहानुभव प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातन धर्मस्य वैदिक हैंदव संस्कृतेः सांप्रदायानां शास्त्राणां मोक्षमार्गाणां गुरु शिष्य भक्त भगवत परंपरादीनां भक्ति ज्ञान योग वेदांत आदि प्रक्रियाणां पुनरुत्थान जागरण विश्वव्याप्ति द्वारा विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति एकता शांति पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्मिन् सनातन धर्म संस्थापने कंकणबद्ध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां महानुभावानां ऋषीणां मुनीनां गुरूणां देवतानां भक्तानां साधकानां शिष्याणां सेवकानां श्रोतॄणां श्रेयोभिलाषिणां च पूर्णायुरारोग्य ऐश्वर्यक्षेमस्थैर्यधैर्यवीर्यादि समस्तशक्तिसम्पदा सानुकूल्यता साधनानां प्राप्तिद्वारा बाह्याभ्यन्तरशत्रुविघ्ननिर्मूलनद्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्रीराम मंदिरवत शिवकृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापन उपासना यज्ञयाग साधना सेवा तपस्या प्रार्थनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तर शत्रुविघ्न शाश्वत समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य शाश्वतरूपेण वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृतेः धर्म मोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्म भगवद्देवता गुरुशास्त्र सत्संग साधना सेवा माता पितृदेश धर्म सनातन धर्म भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम् अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये सामवेदांतर्गत छांदोग्योपनिषदः श्री आद्य शंकर भाष्य सहित अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम अथ श्री सामवेदांतर्गत छांदोग्योपनिषद श्री पूज्यपाद भगवत श्री आदि शंकराचार्य कृत मंगलाचरण श्लोकः। ओम सच्चिदानंद सांद्राय सर्वातीताय साक्षिणे नमः श्री देशिकेन्द्राय शिवाय शिवघातिने ओम सच्चिदानंद सांद्राय सर्वातीताय साक्षिणे नमः श्री देशिकेन्द्राय शिवाय शिवघातिने। First time while chanting that Sachidananda Parabrahma and our own Ishtadevata remembered. Second time when we chant, the entire Guru Tattva, Guru Parampara is remembered. Third time when we chant, our own Guru and Shruti Mata is remembered. Om Sachidananda Sandraya Sarvatitaya Sakshine नमः श्री देशिकेन्द्राय शिवाय शिवघातिने ओम सच्चिदानंद सांद्राय सर्वातीताय साक्षिणे नमः श्री देशिकेन्द्राय शिवाय शिवघातिने। Exhaustively we saw this meaning of the mantra. Sachidananda Sandra is the Parabrahma Sarupa Lakshanas. Sarvatitaya, from the standpoint of the entire phenomena called as the universe or cosmos that is happening, from that standpoint at the micro and macro level, he is Sarva Atita. To achieve that Sarvatita Sachidananda Sakshi Rupi Paramatma Anubhuti, the sadhana to begin with is the Sakshini. Why we have to be Sakshi, how we have to be Sakshi, and how to understand Sachidananda, how to understand Sarvati Tattva. Who tells us all that? He is same Paramatma when he comes in our life in the embodied form as a Guru. Therefore, to learn all these Sakshitva, Sarvati Tattva, Sachidananda, Sandratva, we have to totally surrender to our Guru. That's why Namashri Deshikendraya. How the Guru comes in our life, how we recognize him, how he recognizes us, how he accepts us, how he does the Upadesha, how it happens, the whole phenomena. Only when in our life everything we do is Mangala Swarupa. To an impure hearted, to a person with non positive character, with all the Durgunas, Gurus may be around. He may be amidst the Gurus. He may visit the Gurus every day. He may stay in the ashram. He may be very near to the Gurus. Yet, the tuning required to get the Brahma Vidya from that Guru never happens. On the other hand, when the heart is pure, all our life's activities are highly noble, positive, divine, Shastrokta. From miles or millions of miles, the Guru comes searching for us, or from whatever the distance he is, he will send those signals or those guidances to us. That is why the first thing in our life we have to conquer, achieve for our outer successes, for our being qualified. For spiritual journey is our life should have only the positives of dharma, the positives of punya, the positivities of the adveshta sarvabhutanam ityadi satgunas. All that is called as Shivaya. And to do that relentlessly, ruthlessly, we have to reject this so far lived non-positive negative life. That's called Ashiva Ghatine. So they remove the Ashiva type of life from within, bring the Shivata in our life, wait for the Guru to come. When he comes, totally tuned to the Guru, then learn from him the entire Brahma Vidya. The entire Brahma Vidya, when he teaches, is only these three. That Brahman is Sachidananda Sandra, and that is you. And he is Sarvatita. Therefore, when you transcend everything, you will realize that you can transcend everything, not when you are fully involved in everything with your identity, but involving in whatever is required with your being a Sakshi. Therefore, Sakshi Bhavana is the sadhana, Sarvatitattva is transcending everything, Sachidananda Sandrata is reaching the goal. These are the things whoever teaches us. He is Deshikendra. Surrender to him, stay with him. Found once, be with him, stay with him. All others who don't teach us Sakshitva, Sarvatitatva, Sachidananda Sandratva. But they teach only the world things, worldliness, Iha Paraloka Sukha Bhoga Prapti. They are also to be respected, but they are not the Sat Gurus. Therefore, we respect them, we value them, but we only approach that Guru who teaches us Sakshitva, Sarvatitatva, then Sachidananda Sandratva. In our own interest. We are not here to judge anyone, to blame anyone, to label anyone, and also to get attached to anyone under any obligations. We are very clear, Pakka, we have to have the moksha. Moksha is possible only through Brahma Vidya. Then Brahman is Sachidananda Swarupa. And that's achieved when we become Sarvatita. Sarvatita happens when we do practice of Sakshi. The one who tells us only this, encourages us only this, while doing this, whatever obstructions are there, the one who clears them or answers them, the questions that arise, he is our Sadguru. He is the Deshikendra. Namashri Deshikendraya, be with him. That Deshikendra is in between Shivaya Shivagatine and Sakshine Sarvatitaya Sachidananda Sandra. Center में Guru Maharaj. This is how this mantra is so powerful, so important. We have studied it thoroughly, intellectually, but how much we have taken it to the heart, it is personal, subjective to everyone. Intellectually understood thing, when it is taken to the heart, sincerely, seriously, and practiced, then only it has been seen that it has blessed. Otherwise, even intellectual understanding won't bless. Take it to the heart. Now the Upanishad Shanti Mantra. Om Atha Chandogya Upanishad Prathamodhyaya Prathama Khandaha Shanti Mantraha. Om Apyayantu Mamangani. Feel that thought deeply in the heart that every of my physical bodies, limbs, physiological functions be with full apyayanam, with vruddhi, samruddhi, pushti, shakti. Vak pranaschakshuhu. Focus on vani, prana, chakshu. Pray that these three also are in the apyayana sthiti, in the paripurna vruddha sthiti, in their functions and abilities. They are at the optimum level with full of capacities, energies, readiness to help us. श्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि. Focus on the ears. Focus on the general strength. Focus on the unsaid remaining indriyas. Focus on the sankalpa vikalpatmaka mana, the nishchayatmika buddhi. The storehouse of all memories, chitta. The owner, the user, the doer of all this called as ahankar. May all these also be in that apyayana sthiti, trupta sthiti, shakti yukta sthiti, samruddha sthiti, trupti sthiti, and pushti sthiti. Apyayanam is pushti karanam. The pushti is they got what they want or need. They are trupta, and pushti is they are ready to help us in the way we want. This is called apyayanam training. We have to give it to every of our jnanendriyas, karmendriyas, sharira, and antakarana. It's a lifelong, relentless sadhana. The effort of apyayanam of all these are lifelong sadhana, like for maintaining body's health, the walkings, the yogas, pranayamas, etc. are lifelong sadhanas. If we don't do as the bodily parts become stiff and physiological functions become somewhat disturbed and so much of health sambandhi problems come. Example, it is in the same way when all these faculties are not minded continuously, when you become little careless about it, then they start becoming the kamzor kadi and they try to make other kadi also kamzor. Like among your staff, one of them, if you have neglected, then he slowly goes out of track and makes others also to go out of track. That is why the Shruti Mata in the beginning only instructed us for the continuous observance for the apyayanam of angani, vaku, pranaha, chakshuhu, shrotram, vadam, sarvani indriya. Once this is done, now slowly be aware of the goal also. What is the goal? Sarvam Brahma Anubhuti is goal. What is the means? Upanishadam. Continuously reveling in the Upanishadic guidance which tells that we are Brahman. Sarvam Brahma is goal. Upanishadam is means. Means through the study of the Upanishads thoroughly, the goal of Sarvam Brahma we have to reach to. And while listening to all these thoughts, become single pointedly, attentive to grasp what is said first of all. Then, on the seat of your own meditation, mananam, scrutinize what is said, analyze what is said, experiment what is said. Then understand whether what is said is right or not. Get convinced. Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam. Then is it that so easy that I get the opportunity to study Upanishad, understand Upanishad, practice Upanishad, and become Upanishad? Become Upanishad means Upanishad is Brahma Swarupa. Becoming Upanishad is discovering our Brahma Swarupa. Is it just like that happens? No. Then what? Till it happens, we have to keep on doing what we are supposed to do. What is that as a fuel? Propels us to continuously do what we are supposed to do till we reach what we are supposed to reach is our willingness, our desire for it. Our desire for it so exclusively that we should always feel within ourselves that even for a moment I should not forget this. Isn't it? Therefore, I should remember only this. Therefore, I should not remember anything else. Therefore, I should not I should forget everything else. All of that. Forgetting everything else, not remembering anything else. Remembering the self, not forgetting the self. All four put together are said in this one sentence Maham Brahma Nirakuryam. This Maham Brahma Nirakuryam that may I not reject Brahman even in dream, even once is similar to that sentence in the Bhakti Shastra. What is that? That tad vismarane parama vyakulata iti. In Bhakti Shastra, Naradji, from his side, what is bhakti he defines. He defines what is bhakti as per, he tells what is the bhakti definition according to the Gargacharya. Then, Pujadishwanuraga iti parasharyah katadishitu gargaha atmaratya virodhena iti shandilya. So Vyasa Bhagavan ne, Garga Bhagavan ne, Shandili ji ne, in their Bhakta Sutras, what they wrote about Bhakti summary he gave. Then he told about his opinion. Narada tu, Narada is himself only. Tadarpita Akilacharata, everything done for the sake of that Lord. Tad Vismarane Parama Vyakulat. Even a moment the Lord is forgotten, so much of Vyakulata, of regret and disgust. Why did I forget? How did I forget? How I forgot God and remembered something else. That means valued something else. That means sought after something else. That means recognized something to be existing other than my Krishna. All of that is called as Vismarana. How did it happen? Parama Vyakula. Same feeling here for the Brahma Tattva. Maham Brahma Nirakuryam. And it is such a exhaustive thing. We have explained it our last 1 week back that we are insulting Brahman every moment by either not identifying with it or by not recognizing it or by not trying to recognize it and thereby attending to something else. May I not do that Nirakaranam of Brahman is equal to may I do only Swikaranam of Brahman. When you do Nirakarana Brahman, the sign of it is immediately I do the Swikarana of this Jagat Jiva Bhava. When I do the Swikaranam of Brahman, is equal to the Jagat Bhava, Jiva Bhava are Nirakruta. So Maham Brahma Nirakurya means such a wonderful, wonderful, important commitment. And when I go to the Guru, when he teaches me, let me not do Nirakaranam of the Brahman through his teachings. Let me do the Swikaranam of it. Because when I am with the world, when I am with myself, when I am with the Guru in the ashram, everywhere there are chances of doing the Swikaranam of everything which is projected on Brahman. Then the purpose is defeated. So it is my conscious, committed effort. Commitment is Maham Brahma Nirakurya. Conscious about that commitment. Then the effort. Conscious, committed effort. Commitment is Aham Brahma, Maham Brahma Nirakurya. And that commitment I have to practice. That everything is Brahman, I am Brahman. Then this can be done when we are conscious about it. So conscious, committed efforts is called Maham Brahma Nirakurya. Then with all my efforts still, if I am not deserving, I may not get it. Finally, the Brahman has to reveal it to me. Therefore, the ball is in the court of Brahman. Therefore, to that Brahman also an application is put. Mamam Brahma Nirakarot. May the Brahman do not reject me. Do not reject me. Does Brahman reject us? No. Then, by our own non qualification, we get rejected by Brahman. The Brahman is like in today's world, the computers, etc. That doesn't reject our application. Then, our wrongly filling it up makes it's rejected. Looks like the computer is rejecting. It writes there also application rejected. लगता है कि कंप्यूटर ने मेरा रिजेक्ट किया या इन्हीं एटीएम कार्ड में गलत पिन नंबर लगाया तो मनी डजंट कम वी गेट रिजेक्टेड is that machine is rejecting no then our wrong filling the form so too is the brahman rejecting us no he cannot he is all pervading he is already we are है ना brahman cannot be rejecting us for his for him to maintain his purnata he'll have to accept any useless fellow including ourselves he has no choice he cannot reject. Then why it is said Brahmanirakuryam? In brackets you have to add. May the Brahman do not reject. In brackets, reject me in brackets because of my non-qualification. So may the Brahman have the patience till I get the qualifications. May the Brahman have kindness, compassion to guide me in getting qualified so that I am not rejected by Brahman. All those things continuously contemplating is taking the essence of this mantra. And contemplation done intellectually, the essence is gained in the heart. Gaining in the heart is equal to the smriti of it is always maintained. Like somebody you think about in the intellect is different. Somebody you feel about emotionally is different. But somebody in your heart is different. There are one or two only will be in our heart. Most of them are in the intellectual level. Few are there in the mind too. Like the children, etc. They are in the mind. Wife or husband, they are in the heart. All friends, relatives, they are at the intellectual level. ठीक है तो है. So too, the essence of this knowledge should percolate from the intellectual understanding into the core of our heart and bosom. The deep feeling that may not reject Brahman, may not be rejected by Brahman. The first time said is for the sentimental, emotional, intellectual understanding and feelings. The second time saying that anirakaranamastu, anirakaranamastu is to settle this knowledge and feeling in the heart so deeply. In fact, this one sadhana seemingly sufficient actually. That let me not reject Brahman, let Brahman do not reject me. This prayer is more powerful than any of the Sahasranamas, Ashtotara Shatanamas, Sahasra Shatanama, Parayana, grossly we do. This mantra. Maham Brahma Nirakurya, Mama Brahma Nirakarot, Anirakaranamastu, Anirakaraname Astu. और रटते जाओ इसको but any Brahma name of the Lord, any such mantra has to come from the core of our heart. है ना? And the essence of entire Vedanta is this one. We only rejecting Brahman and accepting the projected world and forcing the Brahman to reject as if. We only rejecting Brahman and accepting the projected world. We have done the Nirakaran. So when we strengthen this thought, Maham Brahma Nirakuryam, then the thought becomes stronger regarding what is Brahman, what is not Brahman. Brahman is Sachidananda, everything is the Rupanama. So let me reject the Rupanamadi, let me only accept the Brahman. That is the meaning of Maham Brahma Nirakurya. When we do this continuously, then a day comes where effortlessly Brahma Smarana, Brahma Dhyana happens. When we put the effort, Maham Brahma Nirakurya. When the effort reaches to Parakashta Sthiti, then effortlessly when it happens, it's called Mama Brahma Nirakaro. And keep on doing it till it happens. That's why the repetition. Anirakaranamastu, Anirakaranamastu is certainty, establishing that thought strongly, not giving any alternative choice. बस अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणम और कुछ नहीं. Up to this we have seen. Then we also started seeing the last line, Tadatmani nirate. Tad means that Brahman, which is my own Atman. In that Tadatma, I am nirata. Undoubtedly, I am interested in that Brahman. I am always reveling in search of Brahman through study of Upanishads, contemplation, etc. In such me, ऐसे वाले मेरे में, जो आत्मा में हमेशा निरत है, ऐसे वाले मेरे में. In such me who is always reveling in the Atma Prapti Prayatnas. Those qualifications, when one has, then the Brahman reveals all those qualifications be staying in me, coming in and staying in me permanently. Those all qualities, qualifications are called Upanishatsu Dharma. They, all of them, te Upanishatsu Dharma, Mai Santu. In me, they be there permanent. Te Mai Santu. Again, here it is also said second time. Again, it is certainty, confirmation. है ना, जैसे कहा ना बैम्बो को हिला के देखते हैं स्ट्रांग है कि नहीं. सो सेकंड टाइम सेइंग इज इक्वल टू फॉर द फर्मनेस, दृढ़ता के लिए. राइट नाउ इन दिस वी स्टार्टेड स्टडीइंग व्हाट आर द उपनिषद धर्मास. वी सेड 3 sets. In the 3 sets, the first set we were seeing. What are the 3 sets for the clarity's sake? One set is the sadhana chatushtaya sampada. Second set is Shravana Manana Nididhyasanam, Chintanam Nididhyasana. Third set is glimpses of Anubhuti, establishing that Anubhuti, and then providing that alone to the world around us, whether they come to us or whether we approach to them. These called as, these 3 sets are called Upanishads Dharmas, because in all Upanishads that's what we see. The rishis guided their disciples with the sadhana sampada, trained them in Shravana Nididhyasanam, and made them establish in the Anubhuti, and they said, Array, you got it now, ja, give it to the world also. Gurus have given that suggestion to their disciples who have come to that level. In many cases, Guru need not tell. The disciple by the time of Brahmavidya pursuit have become so wise and matured that they know once it is realized, the only job left is to guide the world in that regard, in that direction. Whenever at the empirical level they come. When they are in the Aham Brahmasmi, Brahman alone is there is no Jiva, there is no Jagat, whom I will guide? कोई है ही नहीं. But औपाधिक level when you come, suddenly we visualize so many jivas struggling, suffering in all their ignorances and limitations. So then a play of guiding them goes on. By not guiding them, they are not going to lose anything. By guiding them, they are not going to get any benefit or salary. It is just that Leela happening. They are in the Kaivalya Sthiti and they are doing the Leela of teaching the disciples. It's a play, a show going on. Whether if you say it is not there in Brahman, it is not there. If you say there is jivas who need such gurus, therefore they are getting guided, it is there. In either case, doesn't matter to the Brahmanishta Purusha. Now, among this first set of Upanishatsu Dharmaha in the Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampada, out of 4 Sampadas, they are the sadhana to qualify us for Brahma Tattva. These are not sadhanas. These are sampadas. Sampadas after which I am qualified for the sadhana. साधना करने के लिए आवश्यक संपदा जो 4 है. साधना करने के लिए आवश्यक संपदा. The sadhana of the Shravana Manana ityadi. To do that, the sampada that is required are these 4. Name them. What are they? Vivekaha, Vairagyaha, then sadhana chatushtaya sampattihi. 4th is mumukshutvam. We have to know the names of them first of all. Then the clear understanding of them. Then these dharmas mai santu. That main sentence we should not forget. And we also must know these dharmas should be in me is equal to I have to make all efforts, all in all efforts to bring these qualities in. With all these things set, the study of Upanishad will become so easy, so joyful. Nahi hai to, then everywhere we struggle, everywhere we suffer. Like let us say you have learned the art of concentration. Then you will enjoy the class so beautifully with your concentrated mind. अगर नहीं सीखा concentration, on the other hand, sleepy habits we have. It is such a struggle not to sleep and concentrate in the class. But सुबह उठ के जब उपासना करके if you have become that way fit मानो, तो you will enjoy the class. Same way, if these Upanishad dharmas are not there, all our nirati and atman becomes a failure, not a success. Tadatmani nirate, ye Upanishadsu dharma te me santu is equal to, if the Upanishad dharmas are not my santu, if they are not in me, atma nirati of mine won't lead to atma anubhuti. It will be a terrible struggle and finally failure only. But when we have these all Upanishad dharmas, effortlessly, strugglelessly we travel, and surely, certainly, the Atma Nirati is fulfilled in Atma Anubhuti. Atma Nirati means loving the self, wanting to reach the self, trying to do everything that is to be done to reach the self. All of them are called Atma Nirati. But these all will not give result to me unless I am qualified. Qualifications are these Upanishads Dharmaha. There are three sets. First one is Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampada. Among those sadhana chatushtaya, four of the sampada. First is viveka, second is vairagya, third is samadhi shatka sampada, fourth is mumukshutva. So what is viveka? Just open your buddhi and watch in this world and see. Only two things. What is nityam, what is anityam. Huh? It's so clear, obvious thing. Everything in the world is anityam. Coming, going. And there is some substratum which is not objectively seeable, but is there permanently. That is called Nitya. And that is Brahman. That is our goal. That is the theme of Upanishads. Therefore, what is Viveka? Nitya Vastvekam Brahma Tad Vyatiriktam Sarvam Anityam Ayameva Nitya Nitya Vastu Viveka. This is called Viveka. तत्वबोध में बताया शंकर भगवान. In Viveka Chudamani, little longer sentence. Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithyeti Evam Rupo Vinishchayah Soyam Nitya Nitya Vastu Vivekaha Pariganyate. Saha Ayam Nitya Nitya Vastu Vivekaha Pariganyate. What is that? Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithyeti Evam Rupo Vinishchayah. This firm understanding that I am clearly seeing everything is coming and going, and between that going on modifying, never remaining as it is, nor remaining permanent. Only one Upanishad Vedya Brahma Vastu Adhishtanam alone permanently is there, which is my subject, which is my point of search. That Brahman, which is Nitya, is my goal. Not all these are Nitya. So Nitya Vastu Ekam Brahma Sarvam Anityam. Sarvam Anyad Anityam. Ayameva Nitya Nitya Vastu Viveka. Or Brahma Satyam Jagan Mityet. Is it difficult? Including our ego, our intellect, our mind, our senses, our body, our outer friends, relations, all our activities, powers, positions, even every tree, animal, plant, हर पल बदल रहा है कि नहीं. It is not nitya, going on, changing and getting destroyed. And remember, anitya kaho, continuously changing kaho, mithya kaho. All three are same. Okay? Continuous changing and destroyed. Therefore, it is anitya. Yet it is seen, therefore it is called mithya. Continuous changing and destroying. Therefore, it is not satya. When it is not satya, it is asatya. When it is asatya, it should not be seen, but it is seen. Therefore, it's called mithya. That's why Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithyet. That श्लोक में कहा जगत मिथ्या, यहाँ कहा है तत्सर्वम अनित्यम, नित्य वस्तु एकम ब्रह्म तद व्यतिरिक्तम सर्वम अनित्यम. And in between these anityam and mithya is nirantara parivartanashila and nashvara. बार बार कहते रहना 24 घंटे ब्रह्मन alone is being nitya is real, everything alone, everything else is being anitya, it is seen, it is mithya. This is called viveka. Now, second sadhana among the Chatushya Sampradayas, second sadhana is Vairagyam. Now, Vairagyam is such a simple thing. When you know this world is Anityam, is any common sensed person, even little maturity hai to, will he say that I want that? If somebody says I want, he has no vivek. वो बेवकार है वो. If you have common sense, if you are a mature, intellectual person, you should seek permanent. How can you ask for the things which are impermanent, temporary, appearing, not real, continuously changing? This maturity in our intellectual understanding is Vairagya. Vairagya is not sentiment. Vairagya is not an emotion. It's an obvious outcome of matured intellect which knows what's permanent and impermanent and which naturally rejects the impermanent. That's called Vairagya. Vairagya, बड़ा टेंशन मत लेना. It is this much. The whole world is Anitya, Mithya, Nashwara. I don't want it. I don't want it, that's it. Means want for the world is not there. Vyavahara is there in the world, sadhana is there in the world. Want is not there. Because it's not permanent. Do you want a friend? No. Why? Because the friend is not permanent. I don't want him. But do you have the friend or not? Ah, hai, wo ek kabhi kabhi aata hai, jata hai. He is there. I am not wanting him. I am there in this world with people around me, taking me friendly. But there's no want in me that he should be my friend permanently. Because he cannot be. Like that, apply everywhere. That's called Vairagya. Definitions are Iha Mutrartha Falabhogeshu Viragaha. That is Vairagya. Or Tad Vairagyam Jihasaya Darshana Shravanadivihi Dehadi Brahma Pariyante Anitye Bhogavastu. Such a huge definition. है ना. Yesterday also we saw this, yes, evening, day before also. है ना. प्रथम ही विप्र चरणाति प्रीति निज निज कर्म निरत श्रुति रीति ही कर फल मुनि विषय विरागा. First class, last class, last class, first class are, same guidance we are getting. So, tad vairagyam, that's called as vairagya. What is that? Jihasa, total chod dena, disinterestedness. Jihasa means आस छोड़ दिया उसके ऊपर, disinterested. है ना. No, what example I had to, I am sorry, I am getting this example. That the wife and husband 5 साल लड़के लड़के एक दूसरे को हर तरह का दुख देकर, दर्द देकर, हर्ट करके, है ना. Finally, a wise decision conclusion they came to that, chal, let's not live together, divorce. Once the divorced, even that bondage that we are married through these 3 knots, that also is gone legally, known to everyone. After that, how do they look at each other, think about? Don't they think that good riddance of the bad rubbish? दिमाग खराब था, सत्यानाश कर रहे थे, हो गए, परेशानी अब नहीं है. No, I didn't get any other example. That is called jihasa. When somebody tries to remind also, you just don't make me remember even. I'm enjoying the forgetting of that person. Let me live my own life fresh with myself. Whether divorce is right or not, is it Shastrokta or not? If it is said in the Shastra, then like for the marriage, lots of pujas are there. Why there are no pujas for divorce? हमारे शास्त्रों में डिवोर्स के लिए पूजा ही नहीं है. That is why meaning is only marriage allowed. Till you die, you live together. That's it. You kill each other, but live together. There's no divorce allowed. Because once you are divorced, you become licentious. Then there's no end to your choices and you are falling low to the, falling trapped and falling lower and lower. There's no end to it. Our rishis know it very clearly. तुम्हें इकट्ठा करने के लिए हमारा मंत्र है, अलग नहीं कर सकते. इवन वेदा मंत्र कैनॉट सेपरेट द वाइफ एंड हस्बैंड. देयर नो मंत्रस. आप पूरा ढूंढो वेदों में, कहीं भी पति पत्नी को अलग करने का मंत्र नहीं है. एक ही तरीका है, वन ऑफ देम शुड डाई. Anyway, nowadays that I have an example, jihasa. Or best another example, why go into that thing? Two friends, है ना? Slowly एक के ऊपर दूसरे को डाउट आने लगा, thinking that he is cheating, he is, and वाकई they are cheating, झूठing. Let us say, after some time, then you give up and you say that was, I mean, such an illusion. Is a friend, but he is such a cheat, rogue. I have no interest at all in him now. That's called jihasa, isn't it? About the food, I can't give jihasa example because when you suffer because of food, that time you feel bad. But that suffering chala jata hai. Same pakode shakode we want it. Therefore, that example fails. Therefore, such examples you can take. That's called jihasa. Jihasa is vairagyam. Tad vairagyam jihasa. Towards what? We to give the example of friend or couple, wife, husband, ex-wife, husband, or any double. It is towards everything. Listen carefully. Tad vairagyam jihasaya. Towards what? Darshana, Shravana, Adivihi. दर्शन श्रवण से शुरू करके देह आदि ब्रह्म पर्यंते, फ्रॉम द बॉडी अप टू द ब्रह्मलोक के अनित्य भोग वस्तुनि, टुवर्ड्स ऑल द भोग वस्तुस which are anitya. From this body in this world up to brahmaloka, whatever the bhoga vastus are there which are anitya, towards them jihasa is called as vairagya. It's an intellectual understanding. I am wise person seeking permanent. I have nothing to do with the impermanent. When I know it will end, at that time it will give me such a pain. I don't want that pain. अरे क्यों जबरदस्ती कर रहे हो मुझे? नहीं, रख लो, कुछ तो रख लो, थोड़ा टाइम तो एंजॉयमेंट देगा ना. I have experimented throughout my million lives that only. Every time that thoda enjoyment I got, but later on I suffered. Now I don't want to suffer. I have become sensitive and sensible now. बाद में दुख देने वाले चीजें मुझे कुछ भी नहीं चाहिए. And everything in the world is perishable. Therefore, बाद में definitely will give dukha. That is why anitya word is used by Shankara Bhagavan in that. Dehadi Brahma Paryante Anitya Bhoga Vastuni Jihasa Tad Vairagyam. It's an intellectual maturity. It has to come. Slowly we have to create it. I am the seeker of permanent. Everything else other than Paramatma is temporary, impermanent. Therefore, there is jihasa, this total disinterestedness towards them. है ना, इनर जिहासा जब होता है ना, देन अपने आप भी जब दुनिया से ऑफर आता है, यू कैन रिजेक्ट इट. If jihasa is not there, you say I am not going for it, it is coming to me from inside, so to oblige it I am taking it. Then again you are caught up. See, into the world, whether we go by ourselves or the world pulls us, caught up to ho gaye na. We are bound by the worldliness, no. The spirituality is gone. The word we have jihasa within ourselves. When the thought comes, we reject it. From outside also, when the offering comes, we reject it. That sort of feeling called jihasa. न मैं कोशिश करता हूं उसके लिए, न अपने आप आता है, तो भी मैं न स्वीकार नहीं करूंगा. आई विल नॉट एक्सेप्ट. तद्वैराग्यम जिहासाया दर्शन श्रवणादिभिः देहादि ब्रह्म पर्यन्ते अनित्ये भोग वस्तुनि. Then wise people give to the students who ask some more upayas, so many thoughts that these sukhas are so temporary for which you are going, how much efforts you have to put to get them. Even after getting them, while involving in them also, there are 100 possibilities of so many other looks on. Remembering that so much of fear is there, so much of tension is there, so much of anxiety is there, and the fear of losing it, then the terrible quality of jealousy that others have better mango than me, or better house than me. Ek nahi, do nahi. All these problems come because of this, our desire for the world. Don't have. That's how the gurus guide when we ask them. है ना? Whole life you lived, worked, struggled. For what? Some Shabda Sparsha Rupa. That's all. Some name and fame, that's all. Some outer projects. You are bigger than the biggest project achieved. From the cosmos level, if you see, it is this much only. For that, you have spent your life as if there is no other infinite permanent thing. That is the biggest question we will be asked as human beings when we leave this body by the Lord. अबे तुमको इन्फिनाइट परमात्मा को पाने का इक्विपमेंट फैसिलिटीज दिया and you ran behind temporary and finite things, proved yourself to be foolish. Therefore, a foolish you are, go and live an animal life for some time. Suffer there. Then you realize is what I have done is wrong. Again, I will give you another opportunity. ऐसा चलता है. So today we discussed about Vairagyam. Tad Vairagyam Jihasaya Darshana Shravanaadivihi Dehadi Brahma Paryante Anitya Bhogastani. It's an intellectual appreciation and it is an achievement by itself and it is a joy. वैराग्य इज नॉट मीन मैं ये छोड़ दिया वो छोड़ दिया करके मिजरेबल हो सो देन यू आर नॉट एट ऑल वैराग्य. दैट थर्ड चैप्टर गीता विल टॉक यू आर मिथ्याचारी. है ना? शुक्र है मैंने छोड़ दिया. इफ यू से दैट यू आर हैप्पी. इफ यू से दैट यू आर ट्रू वैराग्य. है ना? लाइक यू से एवरी डे नो आई गिव अप ब्रह्मन. शुक्र है आई लेफ्ट ब्रह्मन. सो यू आर वैरागी फॉर ब्रह्मन. बट हमको होना चाहिए वैरागी जगत के लिए, नॉट टू परमात्मा एंड द गुरुस. Okay, this much you can think. Then so many shlokas, Vairagyameva Bhayam. Then only Vairagya, the one who has God, he alone can, Vairagya and Jnanam. When those two are there, then only you will be able to climb and reach to the summit of moksha. है ना? वैराग्य बोधौ पुरुषस्य पक्षवत् पक्षो विजानीहि विचक्षणत्वं विमुक्ति सौदाग्रलताधिरोहणम ताभ्यां विना नान्यतरेण सिद्ध्यति. हाउ मेनी श्लोकास ऑफ दिस टाइप वी कैन कोट. है ना? भोगे रोग भयम कुले च्युति भयम माने धैन्य भयम वित्तेनुपालाद भयम काये कृतांतात् भयम बले रिपोयम रूपे जराया भयम शास्त्रे वादि भयम गुणे खल भयम सर्वं वस्तु भयान्वितम विनृणाम वैराग्यमेवा भयम. है ना? वैराग्यान्न परम सुखस्य जनकम पश्यामि वश्यात्मनः चेत शुद्धतरात्म बोध सहितम स्वराज्य साम्राज्य. In such a beautiful way, our Shankara Bhagavan gives to us these mantras in various his Prakarana Granthas. है ना? So this we have to aim it. Let me become Viveki, let me become Viveki, and know that Brahman is real, everything is unreal. Let me become Vairagi. Other than seeking Brahman towards everything else, let me have Jihasa. This we have to entertain. That is the underlining maturity. You know, that maturity when we have as an underlining feeling, then we do these things. Otherwise, with all the Shastras studied, everything done, but here we have value to the world only. Then we lost the game. That is why spirituality is such a very sublime operation, more subtler than any cardiac surgery, etc. Any deep. Then we have to go deep into our heart and see to it that the vairagya is a required quality. I have to gain it. पहले चाहत, फिर प्रयत्न, फिर प्राप्ति. Of what? Vairagya. Let me be viragi. And whenever we become viragi with our viveka, suddenly we look at other people, they are in full raga with the world. Again, we get misguided by that observation. Remember, we are sadhakas of Paramatma Tattva. They are not. Therefore, for them, this subject is absolutely zero. Spiritual. Then how to pass the time? They are so busy in the world. Therefore, they have the raga, they have dvesha, they have kama, they have krodha. They are all for the worldly person, no? Have you not decided yourself to be spiritual seeker? Decided, then for us, they are not the subjects. So don't look at the people and feel sympathetic. They are not understanding, they are still caught up in the worldliness. And not to blame them or label them or point them out, but to secure, safe to be safe with oneself. Thank God, my mind is becoming free from its clutches to the world. It is developing that vairagya, blossoming. One of the highest achievement in life is vairagya. And vairagya is not running away from this world. Remember that. Where do you run? Wherever you go, there you are. Vairagya is inner achievement. That's what we said yesterday. Toward the end, presence or absence of things and beings does not affect us. That's called vairagya. We are there. We are doing what we are supposed to do. But in our heart, that sukha through them is not expected. Therefore, those things are not wanted. I want permanent Atma Sukha. I don't want reflected Sukha. Reflected Sukha comes from the objects. So, if I want that, then I have attachment from them. मुझे वो नहीं चाहिए, तो why am I attached? I want pure bliss. Pure bliss is in the self. I am the seeker of that. And for seeking the pure bliss, the other blisses, etc., we have to give up. Like if you want to have very sumptuous lunch, you should not go on like a glutton eating from the morning you get up. खाते गए तो 12 बजे जब खाने के लिए वो तक भूख ही नहीं लगती क्योंकि you are eating like buffalo. An intelligent person skips all of that, creates that hunger, appetite in himself, then enjoys that lunch properly. So too the lunch of Aham Brahmasmi Anubhuti, if you want to gain the small little bites of the worldly bhoga, we have to give up. नहीं तो फिर वहीं उसी में फंसे रहोगे. You the best of the meals served with so many of curries, vegetables, chutney, you can't cherish it at all because you have impurified yourself with so many tastes in the morning. In the same way, that vairagya. I don't want that. I want Brahma Sukha, like Nachiketa. कुछ भी दो आप, I have vairagya for it. You keep them. उसने ऐसा नहीं कहा जाते जाते ले जाऊंगा मैं या पार्सल कर दो उसको, how can I carry? He said, Tavayo Vahastavanutya Gite. You know, such sentences so powerful, we neglect them. We don't give due value to them and we are at loss. He says, you must be having value for them, you keep. You cannot tempt me. You may be Yamaraj. I have no obligation also that you gave. If I don't take, you may feel bad. Are, who cares somebody's obligation? I know when I take them, I miss my Brahma Vidya. I don't want them. I am ruthless. That's it. Nachiketa's character is the best example for us for all these things. Okay. So Vairagyam we have seen. Viveka Vairagya. It's an intellectual understanding. It is a joyful evolutionary status. I don't want temporary, I want permanent. Everything in the world and worldly sukha are temporary. Not permanent. And then in these sukhas, they drain away energy, they waste our time, they make us misuse all our abilities and talents. You know, they make us miss the opportunities. अब ये सब ऐड करना पड़ता है though. It's a big subject, you all know that. They're all called Pratipaksha Bhavana and Dosha Dushti to add to the Vairagya, to strengthen it, to sustain it, to support it. Vairagya should not be the Prasuti Vairagya, Smashana Vairagya, Apat Vairagya. They are called as temporary Vairagyas. We have to be permanently in that Vairagya sthiti. Wow, wonderful achievement it is. You are everywhere, but nothing is entering into us. Nothing is disturbing us. I am in the world is not in me. The water is on me, but it is not touching me. The lotus petal says that's called Vairagya. Inner mind is protected. You know, कुछ भी आकर अंदर मेरे मन को डिस्टर्ब नहीं कर रहा है. मन मेरा केवल परमात्मा के लिए समर्पित. Here the Paramatma is Sachidananda Sandraya. Okay, now two things seen. Third one is the Shamadhi Shatka Sampada. Shama, Dhamma, Uparama, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhan. Each one are so precious qualities. You know? For my own remembering, I am doing all this exercise of studying. If it benefits you, very good, well and good. So tomorrow when you come, all the 6 of these qualities and also the mumukshita we study. Okay, friends. Thereafter, we enter into the study of the Shravana Manana Ityad. This is how we continue our this Upanishatsu Dharmaha Temai Santu. Once that is done, then we enter into our Sambandha Bhashya, maybe in 1 or 2 days. Thereafter, the Upanishadic mantra, one khanda and one chapter we take up and we keep studying. Let us not condition our mind by any preconceived notions or thoughts. We come every day, and whatever the Lord and Gurus are giving us, let us receive it and cherish them. Thank you. Om 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 Purnamadaha Shruti Matre Namaha Tatsat Brahmarpanam. Today Upanishad class is over. Now Vedic chanting we'll do, and the other three things just come back in one. Om Namo Narayana. Yesterday we have learned 5 mantras of this most profound Anjana Lepana Suktam from Atharvana Veda. It is Sthula as well as Sukshma application, but the result is freeing ourselves from all non-positivities, again gross and subtle. Hope you are following it. Let me see where it is. Yeah, I got it. Fifth mantra we have done yesterday. Straight away I am doing it from sixth today. Om असन्मन्त्रात् दुष्स्वप्न्यात् ॐ असन्मन्त्रात् दुष्स्वप्न्यात् दुष्कृतात् शमलाधुता दुष्कृतात् शमलाधुता दुर्हार्दश्चक्षुषो घोरात् दुर्हार्दश्चक्षुषो घोरात् तस्मान्नः पाह्यञ्जन तस्मान्नः पाह्यञ्जन ॐ असन्मन्त्रात् दुष्स्वप्न्यात् दुष्कृतात् शमलादुत दुर्हार्दश्चक्षुषो घोरात् तस्मान्नः पाह्याञ्जन असन्मन्त्रात् दुष्स्वप्न्यात् दुष्कृतात् शमलादुत दुर्हार्दश्चक्षुषो घोरात् तस्मान्नः पाह्याञ्जन. Then the seventh one. Idam vidvananjana, idam vidvananjana, satyam vakshyaminan satyam vakshyaminan saneyamashvam gamaham, saneyamashvam gamaham, atmanam tava purusha, atmanam tava purusha, idam vidvananjana, satyam vakshyaminan सनेयमश्वं गामहम् आत्मानं तव पूरुष इदं विद्वानाञ्जन सत्यं वक्ष्यामि नानृतं सनेयमश्वं गामहम् आत्मानं तव पूरुष. Eighth mantra. त्रयोदासा आञ्जनस्य त्रयोदासा आञ्जनस्य तक्मा बलास आदहिः तक्मा बलास आदहिः वर्षिष्ठः पर्वतानां वर्षिष्ठः पर्वतानां त्रिककुन्नामते पिता त्रिककुन्नामते पिता त्रयोदासा आञ्जनस्य तक्मा बलास आदहिः वर्षिष्ठः पर्वतानां त्रिककुन्नामते पिता त्रयोदासा आञ्जनस्य तक्मा बलास आदहिः वर्षिष्ठः पर्वतानां त्रिककुन्नामते पिता. Ninth mantra. यदाञ्जनं त्रैककुदं यदाञ्जनं त्रैककुदं जातं हिमवतस्परि जातं हिमवतस्परि यातोंश्च सर्वान् जम्बयत् यातोंश्च सर्वान् जम्बयत् सर्वाश्च यातु धान्यः सर्वाश्च यातु धान्यः यदाञ्जनं त्रैककुदं जातं हिमवतस्परि यातोंश्च सर्वान् जम्बयत् सर्वाश्च यातु धान्यः यदाञ्जनं त्रैककुदं जातं हिमवतस्परि यातोंश्च सर्वान् जम्बयत् सर्वाश्च यातु धान्यः.
10th mantra, last one. यदि वासित्रैककुदं यदि वासित्रैककुदं यदि यामुनमुच्यसे यदि यामुनमुच्यसे उभेते भद्रे नाम्नि उभेते भद्रे नाम्नि ताभ्यां नः पाह्याञ्जन ताभ्यां नः पाह्याञ्जन यदि वासित्रैककुदं यदि यामुनमुच्यसे उभेते भद्रे नाम्नि ताभ्यां नः पाह्याञ्जन यदि वासित्रैककुदं यदि यामुनमुच्यसे उभेते भद्रे नाम्नि ताभ्यां नः पाह्याञ्जन यदि वासित्रैककुदं यदि यामुनमुच्यसे उभेते भद्रे नाम्नि ताभ्यां नः पाह्याञ्जन ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Let us chant it 3 times. This is mantram from the Atharvana Veda, chanted while applying that Anjana, the Lepanam made out of Chandan or Bhasma, or brought from a Vishesha Vruksha, applying it to that Vatu Brahmachari or to anyone. So through that Sankalpa Shakti, Mantra Shakti, that medicine will work in eradicating all Stula Sharira Rogas, Mano Durbalatas, as well as outside from the world, whatever the negative influences are there, right from the people up to the Dushta Shaktis, whatever that are there. We have seen Rakshasa, Pishacha, Yaksha, then what do you call Krutya Dosha, every one of them are destroyed. So, in this world, we, a tiny being, are continuously bombarded by unknown subtle sources more than the gross ones known, subtle powers. So, only this type of mantra shaktis protect us from their influence so that we are on our path safely traveling. Path towards the excellence. That is the idea. Om Atha Anjanalepana Suktam Sarva Samrakshanartham Atharvana Vedantargata Chaturtha Khandantargata Pratamo Anuvakantargata Navama Suktam Om Ehi Jivam Trayamanam Parvatasyasyaksham पर्वतस्यास्यक्ष्यं विश्वेभिर्देवैर्दत्तं परिधिर्जीवनायकं परिपाणं पुरुषाणां परिपाणं गवामसि अश्वानामर्वतां परिपाणाय तस्थिषे उतासि परिपाणं यातु जम्भनमाञ्जन उतामृतस्य त्वं वेत्ताथो असि जीवभोजनमतो हरितभेषजम् यस्याञ्जनप्रसर्पस्सि अङ्गमङ्गं परुष्परुः ततो यक्ष्मं विवादसे उग्रो मध्यमशीरिव नैनं प्राप्नोति शपथो न कृत्या नाभिशोचनं नैनं विस्कन्दमश्नुते यस्त्वाभिवर्ष्याञ्जन यस्त्वाभिभर्त्याञ्जन असन्मन्त्रात् दुष्स्वप्न्यात् दुष्कृतात् चमलादुत दुर्हार्दश्चक्षुषो घोरात् तस्मान्नः पाह्याञ्जन इदं विद्वानाञ्जन सत्यं वक्ष्यामि नानृतं सनेयमश्वं गामहम् आत्मानं तव पूरुष त्रयोदासा आञ्जनस्य तक्मा बलास आदहिः वर्षिष्ठः पर्वतानां त्रिककुन्नाम ते पिता यदाञ्जनं त्रैककुदं जातं हिमवतस्परि यातोंश्च सर्वान् जम्भयत् सर्वाश्च यातु धान्यः याति वासित्रैककुदं यदि यामुनमुच्यसे उभेते भद्रे नाम्नि ताभ्यां नः पाह्याञ्जन Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Everywhere the patience required, everywhere the faith required, that outlook, optimistic, positive outlook, especially when such spiritual things are done grossly, tangibly, substantially, we can't see. Yet, these are all the ones which go to the root cause level and eliminate the problems. Have that faith. We're not just wasting your and my time by this mere chanting. No. We have full Shraddha. These mantras have that Shakti to protect us from all these dushta influences. Right? Two more times. ॐ एहि जीवं त्रायमाणं पर्वतस्यास्यक्ष्यं विश्वेभिर्देवैर्दत्तं परिधिर्जीवनायकं परिपाणं पुरुषाणां परिपाणं गवामसि अश्वानामर्वतां परिपाणाय तस्तिषे उतासि परिपाणं यातु जम्भनमाञ्जन उतामृतस्य त्वं वेत्तातो असि जीवभोजनम् अथो हरितभेषजम् यस्याञ्जन प्रसर्पसि अङ्गमङ्गं परुष्परुः ततो युक्ष्मं विबाधसे उग्रो मध्यमशीरिव नैनं प्राप्नोति शपथो न कृत्या न विशोचनं नैनं विष्कन्धमश्नुते यस्त्वा बिभर्त्याञ्जन असन्मन्त्रात् दुष्स्वप्न्यात् दुष्कृतात् शमलादुता दुर्हार्दश्चक्षुषो घोरात् तस्मान्नः पाह्याञ्जन इदं विद्वानाञ्जन सत्यं वक्ष्यामि नानृतं सनेयमश्वं गामहम् आत्मानं तव पूरुष त्रयोदासा आञ्जनस्य तक्मा बलास आदहिः वर्षिष्ठः पर्वतानां त्रिगकुन्नाम ते पिता यदाञ्जनं त्रैककुदं जातं हिमवतस्फरी यातोंश्च सर्वान् जम्भयत् सर्वाश्च यातु धान्यः यदि वासि त्रैककुदं यदि यामुनमुच्यसे उभेते भद्रेणां नीताभ्यां नः पाह्याञ्जन ॐ शान्तिः 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 एक बार और ॐ एहि जीवं त्रायमाणं पर्वतस्यास्यक्ष्यं विश्वेभिर्देवैर्दत्तं परिधिर्जीवनायकं परिपाणं पुरुषाणां परिपाणं गवामसि अश्वानामर्वतां परिपाणाय तस्तिषे उतासि परिपाणं यातु जम्भनमाञ्जन उतामृतस्य त्वं वेत्तातो असि जीवभोजनमतो हरित भेषजम् यस्याञ्जन प्रसर्पसि अङ्गमङ्गं परुष्परुः ततो यक्षं विबाधसे उग्रो मध्यमशैरिव नैनं प्राप्नोति शपथो न कृत्या न विशोचनं नैनं विष्कन्धमश्नुते यस्त्वा विवर्त्याञ्जन असन्मन्त्रात् दुष्स्वप्न्यात् दुष्कृतात् शमलादुत दुर्हार्दश्चक्षुषो घोरात् तस्मान्नः पाह्याञ्जन इदं विद्वानाञ्जन सत्यं वक्ष्यामि नानृतं सनेयमश्वं गामहमात्मानं तव पूरुष त्रयोदासा आञ्जनस्य तक्मा बलास आदहिः वर्षिष्ठः पर्वतानां त्रिककुन्नाम ते पिता यदाञ्जनं त्रैककुलं जातं हिमवतस्फरे यातोंश्च सर्वान् जम्बयत् सर्वाश्च यातु धान्यः यदि वासि त्रैककुदं यदि यामुनमुच्यसे उभेते भद्रेणां नीताभ्यां नः पाह्याञ्जन ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. That's the beauty of the Veda mantra. Be in the practice of all these things. Good always. है ना? These all we have to do the sankalpa that we are doing for only the Paramatma Prapti. संकल्प एक रखो बाकी फॉलो करता है. Don't be without sankalpa. Don't be with any asat or dushta sankalpa. Only sankalpa, sat sankalpa. Sad vastu के लिए संकल्प. It will help us. Now in our second dhyana purvaka mantrocharanam, in the sequence of Maharshis, yesterday we have seen the Valmiki Maharshi, the day before Naradji, उससे पहले सनक सनंदन सनातन सनत कुमार. Today we will chant the mantra of Bhagavan Parashara Rishi. Okay, only one or two things about him and then the mantra. You may forget it toward the end. Right now only let me share that whichever the Gayatri mantra that day we are learning, make a habit of chanting it to make a full mala of 108. Because of lack of time, sometimes if I do it 16 times here, do it 92 at home. Or if you're doing 27, minimum 81. Throughout the day also, you can make expanso chalis bhi. I tell you, today at this stage of our mind, intellects, non-qualifications directly, we cannot contemplate on the truth. But to reach to that ability of contemplating and realizing the truth, to invoke the grace of the divine, these practices very much help. And take it that the Paramatma only giving us all these sadhanas to do to qualify us so that he wants to bless us with the Brahma Vidya. I see it this way. 24 hours, if you can meditate on Upanishad mantras, these are all not required because that is highest. If you can't do it, then second best is this Parayanam, Upasanam, Prarthana. If these two are not done, then we'll be so quickly pulled into the world and our vasana samskaras also. They say, हो गया ना अब चलो दुनिया में चलते हैं." ये दुनिया छोड़ती नहीं है हमको. Dunya means the worldliness, the extrovertedness, the slavery, the dependency, the living at the bound jiva level. That is so tough. You have to be relentlessly on this yuddha, nirantara yuddha. It's a silent war. There is no bloodshed in this war, but there is a war between the higher and lower, the noble and the ignoble, the liberating and binding. We must know. So Parashara Rishi is one of the famous greatest of the Brahma Rishi. He is the one who is famous in the Vedas. Many Veda mantras revealed to him. He is the Purana also Rishi. He is the Jyotish Shastragnya and he is the great guide in Dharma Shastra Sampradaya. Okay, this is one thing. Second is, he is grandson of Vasishtha ji, is son of Shakti Bhagwan. Shakti ji also is a Rishi and is the father of Bhagwan Vyasa. Parashara Maharshi is Vyasa Pita. Then Vishnu Puranam written by Vyasaji to us, but then it is revealed by Parashara Rishi only. Okay, and is one of the famous acharyas of Jyotish Shastra also. This Parashara Rishi. So Brahma Manasa Putra Vasishta, Vasishta Putra Shakti, Shakti Putra is Parashara. And Parashara Putra is Vyasa, Vyasa Putra is Sukha, all of that we know. Then the speciality of Parashara Maharshi, the story is when his father Shakti leaves his Sharira, then he got so much of dukkha, so much of love for his father. Therefore, when he was in the dukkha, his grandfather came, Vasishtaji, then he gave him the Upadesha of Brahma Jnana and Dharma Nirvana. So Vasishta taught is this our Parashara Rishi that we can know. And he is Mahavishnu Bhakta. And he is the one who has given Vishnu Purana in that Bhagavad Bhakti, Dharmacharana, Srushti Tattva, Moksha Marga, Amshas. All these are written. So Srushti Rahasya, Vishnu Mahima, Vishnu Bhagwan's avatars, Dharma Nirnaya, then the Charitra of the Rajavamshas, then the importance of Bhakti Marga. These are all there in the Vishnu Purana given to us by this, the great Parashara Rishi. And he also has given us Bruhat Parashara Hora Shastram. Bruhat Parashara Hora Shastra. Hora Shastra. Hora matlab about the hovering of all the stellar consonants or the sky staying nakshatras, etc., which are influencing the earth. There are millions of stars. We don't study about all of them. We are interested in these 27 stars and these 9 planets who have so much of inclination or influence on earth, we all beings. सब कहाँ पढ़ेंगे अपन. So in this Bruhat Parashara Jyotish Shastra, our Parashara Shiji, he has given us Bruhat Parashara Hora Shastra. So in that the nature of each of the planets and their influence on all jivas, then the 12 rashis, then the results of each one's intentions, then how each one's destiny is decided, then how to analyze each one's life jataka. These are all there in Vrihat Parashara Hora Shastra, which becomes a definite subject of study by the ज्योतिषी पंडितास who really want to excel and evolve. जिनका काम चल रहा है, दो चार लोग आ रहे हैं, उनको दिखा रहे हैं, 1000 रुपए दे रहे हैं, भोजन चल रहा है, ऐसे लोग फिर दे स्टॉप. बट दोज वांट टू गो डीप दे स्टडी दिस लाइक वेदांत में मैं पढ़ा रहा हूँ, आप सुन रहे हो, जीवोद्योगी चल रहे हैं, तो फिर कोई एक आध ग्रंथ पढ़ा के छोड़ देता हूँ. No, if I want to thoroughly understand, go beyond all doubts, I'll study all Shastras and teach to you all of them. So here also the great Jyotishis go through this Urhat Parashara Hora Shastram. And also we have the 18 Smritis, Manusmriti, Yagnavalkya Smriti, Apastamba Smriti, Ityadi. Parashara ji also given us one Smriti, Parashara Smriti. Okay, it is very beautiful Shastra. In this, all Yuga Dharmas, but specifically the Kali Yuga Prabhava will be explained, and Kali Yuga, how we have to live the Dharma, that is said. All Smriti Granthas talk about the way of life to be lived in the interest of us and the world and our spirituality. सो ये धर्म, ये सारे स्मृति शास्त्र धर्म प्रबोधन करते रहते. सो पराशर स्मृति लाइक मनुस्मृति इत्यादि teaches us all the do's and don'ts. So we have seen Bharat Parashara Hora Shastram, then Parashara Smriti given to us by our Parashara Rishi. His son Vyasa Bhagavan has done so much for us, that all we have seen the other day. This is enough to know about him. So the simple Gayatri Mantra Parashara Rishi is what? Shakti Putraya Vidmahe Vyasa Pitre Cha Dhimahi Tannaha Parashara Maharshihi Prachodayat. Tannah Parashara Maharshihi Prachodayat. है ना, शक्ति पुत्राय व्यास पित्रे, आराम से, दैट इज गुड फॉर अस. और if you remember Smriti Dhatre cha Dhimahi, that also is very good. So instead of that Shakti Putraya, we can say Smriti Dhatre cha Vidmahe Vyasa Pitre cha Dhimahi Tannah Parashara Maharshi Prachodayat. And what is Vidmahe, what is Dhimahi, what is Prachodayat? Last 100 days, every day we are discussing. Vidmahe is, we know you are Sakshat Paramatma Swarupa. Dhimahi, we are worshipping you and meditating on you, meditating. Prachodayat is, we are surrendering to you and asking to bless us, do the prachodanam of us towards the reality by removing all obstructions and enemies. So to further Sanatana Dharma, right? Om Parabrahma Paramatma Swarupa Parashara Maharshe Namaha Dhyayami Avahayami Sthapayami Pujayami Samasta Shaktyovacara Bhaktyovacharajovacara Devopacharan Saurpayami Chitra Chamara Nutya Gitatin Samarpayami Kirtanena Stotrena Japena Bhajanadina Toshayami Namaskaromi Sharanagataosmi Tavacharanam Sharanam Prabhadye प्रार्थयामि मां रक्ष रक्ष परिपाहि परिपाहि बाह्याभ्यन्तर शत्रु निर्मूलनं कृत्वात्मानुभवं प्रति नित्य निरंतर प्रचोदनं कुरु कुरु स्वाहा. तथा च सनातन धर्मस्य वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृतेः अपि संरक्षणम् अभिवृद्धिं विश्वव्याप्तिं कुरु इति प्रार्थनां करोमि. ओम श्री पराशर महर्षये नमः. Let us chant for 16 times. Okay. ओम स्मृतिधात्रे च विद्महे व्यासपित्रे च धीमहि तन्नः पराशरमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ स्मृतिदात्रे च विद्महे व्यासपित्रे च धीमहि तन्नः पराशरमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ स्मृतिदात्रे च विद्महे व्यासपित्रे च धीमहि तन्नः पराशरमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ स्मृतिदात्रे च विद्महे व्यासपित्रे च धीमहि तन्नः पराशरमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ स्मृतिदात्रे च विद्महे व्यासपित्रे च धीमहि तन्नः पराशरमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ स्मृतिदात्रे च विद्महे व्यासपित्रे च धीमहि तन्नः पराशरमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ स्मृतिदात्रे च विद्महे व्यासपित्रे च धीमहि तन्नः पराशरमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ स्मृतिदात्रे च विद्महे व्यासपित्रे च धीमहि तन्नः पराशरमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ स्मृतिदात्रे च विद्महे व्यासपित्रे च धीमहि तन्नः पराशरमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ स्मृतिदात्रे च विद्महे व्यासपित्रे च धीमहि तन्नः पराशरमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ स्मृतिदात्रे च विद्महे व्यासपित्रे च धीमहि तन्नः पराशरमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ स्मृतिदात्रे च विद्महे व्यासपित्रे च धीमहि तन्नः पराशरमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ स्मृतिदात्रे च विद्महे व्यासपित्रे च धीमहि तन्नः पराशरमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ स्मृतिदात्रे च विद्महे पराशरपित्रे च धीमहि व्यासपित्रे च धीमहि तन्नः पराशरमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ स्मृतिदात्रे च विद्महे व्यासपित्रे च धीमहि तन्नः पराशरमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ स्मृतिदात्रे च विद्महे व्यासपित्रे च धीमहि तन्नः पराशरमहर्षिः प्रचोदयात्. ॐ स्मृतिदात्रे च विद्महे व्यासपित्रे च धीमहि तन्नः पराशर महर्षि प्रचोदयात्। ओम परमात्म स्वरूप श्री पराशर महर्षि नमः। नमस्करोमि। शरणागतोऽस्मि। प्रार्थयामि मां रक्ष रक्ष बाह्याभ्यन्तरशत्रून् निर्मूलयात्मानुपं प्रति प्रचोदनं कृत्वा अस्मिन् क्षणे एव परमात्मानुभवेन मुक्तिं प्रदेहि। सनातन धर्मस्यापि संरक्षणं विश्वव्याप्तिं कुरु। ओम श्री पराशर महर्षे नमः। 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 ओम श्री पराशर Maharshaya Namaha. Thus, our Upanishad Adhyanam done, our Vedic Parayanam is done, our Dhyana Mantrocharana of the Rishi Gayatri also we have done. And simple common sense thought for the day is this much. That keep on saying throughout the day. Aham Adhisthana Brahma Ruposmi. Hold on to that thought. And anything else to be done, say that this is the role I am playing in this world, but I am not this one. I am playing the role of a speaker, but I am not the speaker. Aham Brahmasmi. Just keep saying it, it will have its own influence. Don't worry about it. Tell with the heart, tell with full awareness and consciousness. And I am basically the Shuddha Brahma Swarup, playing the role of Jiva. I'm basically Parabrahma Sarupa, playing the role of human being among the Jivas. I am basically Brahma Swarupa, playing the role of man or woman. I am Shuddha Brahma Swarupa in my reality, but I am playing the role of, if it is a man, I am like a husband or a father or a son or a friend or an officer. Whatever it is, just before we starting involving in the world, tell this one thought. It's a role I am playing. I am not that actually. I am Brahma. And with this practice, what will happen? The things worldly in which we are so engrossedly involved, that gets reduced. Then little more wise when we become. What we have to do? Key, once these outer duties are done with whatever the garb we wear, drop it and start practicing. Ham Sat Brahmasmi, Ham Sit Brahmasmi, Ham Ananta Brahmasmi. Those thoughts you say. Then little deeper contemplation level may everything is changing, modifying. There is some substratum unchanging. It is pure existence. It is pure consciousness. And it is all pervading. And that is me. In this way, go into the inquiry and contemplation. Little higher level may become so deep in the contemplative meditative level that all the upadhis we are able to watch, and we are also able to detach from them, and we are able to attend to the substrate. Finally, that substrate me is me experience we have to get. That is our role. That's what is our main goal. Keep on doing it. Then what to do, sir, about the other worldly worries? There's so many people to worry, na? They think they are more efficient also. Like, why should I worry about the country and politics? The prime minister, the chief minister, they are more wiser than me. I can't do their work. Let them do it. They are kind enough to relieve me from that job. They didn't force me to PM bano. What about all other things? And that goes on going on. And find that intellectual maturity of trick to catch this, that in the world the things are just getting repeated. If you value them, you become sentimental and mental and emotional and lost. You look at them. What's your role you play? Beyond that, only do your Amramasmi sadhana. है in this world the whole brahmandas only they are created and dissolved. अब बाकी बोलने की मुझे जरूरत ही नहीं. In the brahmandas, so many things. The trees come and go. To the trees, the leaves and fruits and flowers they come and go. Isn't the people are born, they grow, they die. And they are educated, they are fight with each other, they earn money, they live happily in the materialistic world or with their relations. Some are miserable. अरे इसके अलावा क्या तमाशा चल रहा है दुनिया में? If you give value, you are lost. चलने दो उसको, वो चल रहा है, ईश्वर लीला गोइंग on. देख तमाशा. In that way, we have to help ourselves. When you ask the question about the world, there tamasha. What is the main purpose? Establishing Aham Brahmasmi. What about our role in this world? I am playing the role play. I am not that. Just reduce the identification with the role to be played. Then you will see how much of relief will come, relaxation will come. अब हम उस रोल को रियल ले रहे हैं और वो उसमें भी हमारा ईगो घुसा रहे हैं, देन हमारा देड़ दिमाग घुसा रहे हैं, फिर ऐसे डिसाइड कर रहे हैं ऐसा होना चाहिए वैसा होना चाहिए, एंड एग्जैक्टली our decision is against or off the line, then what has to happen? Therefore we fail and we say मैंने जो सोचा वो नहीं हुआ, and we suffer. इसको किसने बोला तुमको सोचने को? तुम जो सोचते हो नहीं होता, जो भगवान सोचते हो वही होता. फिर क्या करें? सोचना बंद कर, जो करना है कर बस. A wise person knows this. There's nothing to worry about the result. What is to be done, I keep on doing. Why do you insist on it? It should happen like it should happen like this. Like I am doing this class. Enough. I cannot insist who will come regularly, who will listen and not listen. The moment I focus on that, I suffer. If at all I have to do, I have to improve upon my own understanding, my own way of explanation. That's a joyful purusharth. And these are all the role is going on. That's it. फंसो मत इस जगत में और फंसाओ भी मत. लाइट ले लो लाइफ को. थोड़ा जिंदगी को ना आनंद से जीना सीखो. हाँ. Whenever the world troubles me, come to the level aham जीवोस्मि. As a जीव when we suffer, aham brahmasmi. Try to stay aham brahmasmi में ज्यादा से ज्यादा. That is sadhana to be done. Already explained now how in contemplation we reach to that sadghana chidghana anandagana parama. So it's all plays going on. That's it. In that infinite consciousness with its Maya, so many individualities with their all ability qualities are projected and plays going on. Like on a TV screen, the director, producers have projected various characters in a particular story. The whole story is called as the world. In that, they projected the characters and they are playing their play. All are playing play. As per the play, some are prominent characters, some are non-prominent. They are prominent, non-prominent only on the play. Otherwise, they're all common. है ना, like when you see the TV में हीरो हीरोइन की तरफ ही आपकी दृष्टि होती है. But if that scene is in a road or in a hotel, behind also there are other people. Mind you, they're all not natural scenes. No, they're all also the part of the shooting team only. उनको ऐसा ट्रेनिंग दिया था, तुम ना एक वो लेकर इधर से उधर भटकते रहना, चलते रहना, be natural. And they are naturally moving. Our attention is not on them because our attention is on the hero and villain, whatever. But all of that is a movie only. They are all playing the roles. So too in this world, in each field, कोई महान होते कोई महान नहीं होते हैं. अरे no field is reality. Brahman alone is real. So somebody become great doctor, great lawyer. ये सब worldly parlance में they may have the value, but from the absolute truth standpoint, all of them are that much important only. Means only vyavaharik satta. Therefore, using these knowledges, rise above unwanted importance given to the world and worldliness, do what's minimum to be done, but revel in नाहं देहोस्मि नाहं जीवोस्मि नाहमस्मि अहम ब्रह्मास्मि. ऐसा आज के लिए कॉमन सेंस थॉट है. एक थॉट भी करके देखो. ओनली दिस मच, दिस इज माय रोल आई एम प्लेइंग. अब खाने पे जाओगे इसके बाद. अगर क्लास के दौरान नहीं खाया तो आई कैन नॉट ईट, यू कैन. बट उपनिषद क्लास में अवॉइड, बाकी क्लास में खा लो. पहले खा लो बाद में खा लो. ड्यूरिंग क्लास इट्स नॉट so good, especially when it's Upanishad Brahma Vidya. Because in ऋषि परंपरा it was never there that the ऋषि ने सबके बच्चों के सामने खाना लगाया, बेटा तुम खाते रहना मैं बोलते जाऊंगा. ऐसा हम नहीं देखते. We follow our ऋषि परंपरा, we respect it, therefore avoid it. Now you are going to eat. At that time I am playing the role, है ना, of sitting on the dining table. It's a role. The Sharira is sitting and the hunger is there in the stomach. थोड़ा सा food is taken and it is put. देखते रहना, साक्षी बनते हुए रहना, and it's a role है, not reality. Reality I am is the सच्चिदानंद ब्रह्म. थोड़ा कह कर देखो, 2 बार 3 बार 4 बार, कुछ नुकसान नहीं होगा मेरे ख्याल. And don't be too much anxious, worry about one's own ego individuality. It's also part of Mithya. Don't be too anxious about this whole world. It's also the Maya Krita. It goes on, it's cyclic. कृत युग त्रेता युग द्वापर युग कल युग आते जाते हैं, लोग आते जाते हैं. Things keep on repeatedly happening. It's a weak show entertainment going on. Sincerely do, don't become serious. Serious is being attached. Once you attach emotionally, you are lost. Once you are intellectual understanding, you are never lost. Try for the sadhana today. Along with Parashara Maharshi, mantra to be chanted, make it 108. We'll did it only 16 times. है ना? स्मृति दात्रे च विद्महे व्यास पित्रे च धीमहि तन्नः पराशर महर्षि प्रचोदयात्. And also, don't forget what we discussed in our class about Viveka Vairagya exhaustively. Tomorrow we'll see Shamadhi Shatka Sampada. Thank you for everything. God bless you. We are going to study Gita for some time now.